There we go. All right. Good evening, everybody. It is Monday night here at the BTA Network. This is Monday. That means it's time for Monday Mayhem. That means we're going to have stories that didn't quite make it on the regular news, if you know what I mean. And we'll talk more about that later. Anyway, first of all, we'll start with the intros. I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddball Extreme. I'm currently joined online by three of my crazy cohorts. First below me is our master and creator, Frodo. Hello, Frodo. Frodo.
Hey, what's up?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get something figured out because the video my streaming program won't
Ooh.
mute when it's plugged in.
Oh, now that's a problem. All right. Anyway, below left is our resident Joker, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. And Chloe will be joining us shortly. She just jumped in the call now. Good timing on that one.
Perfection. Hello. All right.
Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you just fine. Anyway, to my left, we have our tiny sis Janet, who's got little Totoro over there because she's enjoying The Price is Right at night live right now as we speak.
Hey, Chloe. I'll be listening.
Yeah,
I'll be listening.
That's fine. And finally, below right is our dear Chloe Tail Chloe. Hello, Chloe.
Yeehaw!
All right. First of all, let me explain.
Had a good day today.
Yep. Anyway, let me explain about what happened Friday night, in case you don't know. We were supposed to have a show, but I was recovering from being sick. So, because Thursday night I felt miserable because I was like, I had a fever. I was losing lunch. I had the runs. I had nausea, and I just like, So
She decided that her insides needed to be outside and her outsides needed to be inside.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. But I'm happy to say I'm doing much better. I was able to go back to work today, no problem. But as you can see, I'm a little bit exhausted because, God, I had a lot of work today. So, well, I'm okay.
I'm over here playing Ultramoon on my computer.
Okay.
You're
Pokemon
not allowed
Ultramoon.
to play Ultraman.
I said Pokemon Ultramoon.
Oh.
No, Ultramoon.
No, I'll tell you the funniest thing ever. Pokemon Ultraman.
Actually, that could happen with how ROM hacks are going lately. But I actually have something of a statement to make first before we really get going.
Okay, go ahead.
So, over the last week or so, we've been making some decisions with regards to our severe weather coverage when it comes to beyond the airwaves. And as part of that discussion, we as BTA have decided to switch from our originally recommended radar of Radar Omega. Not that there's anything wrong with Omega. I just want to clear that up. Over to what now is being used by Ryan Hall, which is WeatherWise.
Mm-hmm.
We have subscribed to WeatherWise Plus, and as a company, we're going to be using the same tools as Ryan Hall to give information for weather. Along with that means that WeatherWise has actually enabled y'all mode. So Shirley, do you have a scene set up for WeatherWise?
Not yet, but I can set one over. Except where the heck is WeatherWise? Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay.
Oh my God!
What?
Found a shiny Rockruff.
A shiny whatchamacallit?
Rockruff.
Oh my God!
Woof.
You better capture it.
I'm nervous. Hold on.
Okay, next, just skip it. I'm already in. Okay.
One.
All right, give me just a second.
Two.
Oh, wow. The last place I had the radar was back at my
Damn,
house.
it broke out.
Okay.
You may want to mute Chloe.
Sorry.
That's all right.
You're good.
Oh, by the way, Sajo's in the chat. Hey, Sajo.
Hey, Sandro.
Alright, give me just a second here.
Nacho, stop, Matt. Stop jerking it.
Okay, now bear with me on this one, because I know how to fix this very,
Got it.
very quickly.
Hey-oh.
Done. Except I'm going to have to shrink that thing down. Hold on.
I'll send a pic to you, Mike.
Sounds good.
Oh, I know what the problem is. It's this. Okay.
Sorry, I just got really locked in there.
No problem.
That was not what I was expecting today.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. We got it.
All right. So you've got it up, right?
Yep, got it up.
All right. So in the program, go up to the hamburger menu, which is the 3 bars,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna see a new option called Y'all Mode.
There it is, Yo mode.
I have it enabled to on my side.
So from now on, if we have severe weather events going on, I'm gonna make a special request to Brian if our channel can simulcast his streams when it's going on,
Mm-hmm.
as long as they don't interfere with what we do.
Uh-huh.
But as of right now, if weather is going on while we're on the air, we're going to have y'all mode up so that we can keep monitoring stuff. That means in one of our scenes for the Streamworks or OBS or whatever, we should have one set up for having radar mode with us talking,
Mm-hmm.
so that just in case we can follow along with Ryan.
Yeah.
The reason we're doing this, and the reason I want to really conglomerate with Ryan Hall, is because he's really been one of the few people who have been trying their best to help keep people informed with weather.
Mm-hmm.
And I very much appreciate him and his efforts. So I would much rather support like him or Max Velocity, who are trying to keep people informed. And this is not just a new level of BTA. This is a new form for our severe weather.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things we always say is real life comes first, and that's the fact.
Yep.
But if like Janet's in trouble in Phoenix, me and Mike are in trouble in Cedar Rapids,
Or I'm in trouble here.
or Sajo has 15 tornadoes bearing down on him in Manhattan and Bronx, we're going to try and keep everyone informed. Our job, our goal is to make sure that people who listen to our show and watch it regularly know what's coming.
Yep.
And also me.
Yep.
I need to add you to our list, but I don't know where exactly you live. Like what city?
Well, here's an idea. Wait till after the show, and then we can do it that way. Would that work?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not just gonna drop my address.
No, I don't blame you.
No. No, just here. I'm gonna write in the chat in the Zoom chat. So,
and I know I'm not gonna open that chat either. So
I'm in private mode. So there we go. I'm getting it. In that direct message string, if you keep in that, nothing will show. So because it only shows Shirley's screen.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The screen of destiny. No kidding.
Anyway, I do want to also let people know that me, and by extension beyond me, because of the fact that I'm the CEO, obviously, BTA have officially joined what's called the 50-51 movement. What it is 50 states, 50
Capitals.
50 states, 50 capitals, one movement.
Mm-hmm.
And as of right now, I am working with the 50-51 people in the Iowa area to coordinate with them. So we're gonna figure stuff out, and maybe you'll see some stuff from us. Maybe you won't. Who
Mm-hmm.
knows?
Yeah.
We are not 100% certain on what's going to happen yet, but I'd much rather people be aware ahead of time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because what is one thing I always told people? What is
Uh,
one thing I always
I
we
forgot.
try and keep our listeners up to date on what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a behind the scenes look.
Mm-hmm.
Shirley, did you enable uh y'all mode on the
Yes.
on your radar?
Yes.
And what do you think of it?
Right now I don't see anything that would even warrant it. That's why. Where would I find it?
What? It's like the colorations and all that. That's the key things. Everything that he has. Go ahead, Mike.
I would be basically if you watch Ryan Hall's live streams when he's doing stuff, what you see from him is what you'll see on weatherwise.
Okay.
So you'll get if like Ryan or Andy put out y'all watch somewhere, you'll see that.
Oh, okay.
And just so people understand, y'all watches are not official. They are not issued by the National Weather Service. The only group that can make an actual weather warning is the National Weather Service.
Yeah.
It's just a way for Ryan to let you guys, all people who pay attention to his stuff, know what may be coming.
Yeah. The only thing is, I'm supposed to be in the Storm Spotter network, and I can't. It doesn't show up.
Oh, we just got a new warning.
Oh.
A flood warning in
Arkansas?
Yep, Bayou Dorchester near Spring Hill, affecting Columbia and Webster parishes, and in Arkansas. So
Yeah,
this is
it's a very small sliver of northern Louisiana.
very small sliver of northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas.
Yep.
So, like, as we're speaking, we're getting information from the National Weather Service about everything. So, if that doesn't tell you how up to date we are,
yeah, because I literally saw it like flash in white.
yeah,
That's what pops up on his live streams.
Oh, okay.
there's another one.
Where?
There's another one in Texas. It's flood warning, Angelina River near Lufkin, affecting Angelina and Nacogdoches counties. So yeah, like literally, we're sitting here talking, and these things are happening.
Huh. Interesting.
Frodo.
Yeah.
Do you wanna quickly bring up the possible storms on Thursday? Or for Thursday?
Yes. Actually, it's going to be a bit of an interesting couple of days. Starting on Tuesday, we're expecting eastern Nebraska and extreme western Iowa. We're talking like Sioux City, Omaha, Sioux Center, um, you know, Vermilion, Pierce, Norfolk, uh, Columbus, Fremont. Shirley, if you could kind of focus on that area, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
The western part of Iowa and the
Oop.
eastern part of Nebraska. We're kind of expecting some severe weather starting up in this area tomorrow. And then as it goes to Wednesday, it's going to move over like Des Moines and that. Thursday, I'm actually thinking Wednesday is more likely for Cedar Rapids, but it'll be like late Wednesday, like 11 o'clock up till about 2 a.m. and Thursday.
Yeah, there it
Is
is.
what
It's
I'm
just that
predicting.
it will not go past day 3.
Right. But I'm just thinking for the next couple days, especially the the National Weather Service on day 3, it shows, has some pretty nifty, interesting information coming from the SPC Storm Prediction Center. But I would say probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is going to be our time to really watch the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So especially Friday, it's probably going to be more into like Chicago, Madison, that area. We're talking like Thursday, it's going to possibly be over us.
Mm-hmm.
It's iffy, but everything just looks kind of interesting. And it is a pretty big wave of moisture and energy coming our way.
Yeah. Oh,
So
Sajo came
those
up with a
in the
good.
northern,
Yeah, Sajo came up with a good name. The BTA Weather Command Center.
I like
yeah, that's exactly what it is. And guess who your three primary commanders of this weather center will be.
That's right.
Oh,
Frodo, and me, and Mike.
yeah.
Yep. But like I
think
said, just in the northern plains, which I would say would be anything Kansas, Kansas on north or so, or
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska on north. Watch out for the rest of this week because stuff is churning, and if you have been outside in this area today, you already know that the muggy meter is hey,
The
hey,
the mugginess is
the
there.
muggy meter is pretty bad right now. Have you been outside, Mike?
Yeah, pretty muggy today.
Oh God,
Yeah.
when you're not used to the humidity like I am down here, starting right about now. Ugh.
Oh.
What the thing is, for those that don't understand why I'm mentioning mugginess, uh, when weather is muggy, that means it's bringing a lot of energy up from like the Gulf of Mexico and just scooping it into our area.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
what what happens in Iowa is you get uh, a west northwest flow to come in from the Pacific Ocean and like in Canada and stuff, and it pools up with the nice warm moist air from the Gulf of Mexico, and
Mm-hmm.
it just pools together, collides, and shit gets fucked up pretty fucking quick.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
That's why
I-
we're in Tornado Alley.
yeah. So I just got a message from Chloe. Her internet cut out, so she
Ah.
won't be able to get back on.
Okay, that's okay. Things like that unfortunately happen.
I just noticed that she suddenly like disappeared, like oh, and then she messaged me shortly thereafter. That I'm like, oh, okay.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like a reasonable situation. It does happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, if honestly, I'm gonna say this. I think that us getting this way, this program is probably better than Radar Omega. I mean,
Yeah.
Omega's great, but this is just on a different league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
And for those that are wondering, yes, this year when we get into hurricane season, by the way, Shirley, if you can look up the hurricane names,
Oh
I
yeah.
would appreciate it.
No problem.
Um, um, we are going to do our customary thing where I try and guess exactly where a hurricane lands. My average, Mike, do you want to say what you think my average is for accuracy on that?
Between 95 and 100%.
And that says something because I try and pinpoint 250 miles.
Yeah. You're pretty good.
So yeah, watch me on the airwaves. You never know when you're gonna hear, "Oh shit, my town's getting hit with the hurricane."
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm having trouble trying to get to a site because every time I want to scroll down, it doesn't want to let me scroll down. It's like, screw you. I hate it when it does that. Okay. I don't care.
Hurricane names 2025.
All right.
Got it. So this year, we're going to be dealing with Hurricane Andrea,
Mm-hmm.
Barry, Chantel, Dexter, Aaron, Ferdinand, Gabrielle, Humberto, Imelda, Jerry, Hurricane Karen, Lorenzo,
Karen said, I call the police. No, I'm kidding.
Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Vaughn, and Wendy.
Yep. Now that's the Atlantic set.
Yep. If we go Eastern North Pacific,
I
we
got this.
Alvin.
Yep.
Go for it.
All right. We're going to have Alvin. Sorry, could not resist that one. Let's see. Barbara, Cosme, Dalila, Eric, Flossie, Gil, Henriette. Is that Ivo or Evo? Probably Ivo.
Evo.
Oh, Evo. Okay. Juliet, Kiko, Lorena, Mario. That's right, folks. That's a Hurricane Mario. That's going to be
It's
fun.
me, Mario. Wahoo!
We have Narda. Oh, and look this one. Octave. That's an unusual one. Priscilla. Raymond. Oh, God. I got a friend named Raymond. Sonia. Tico. Oh, my gosh. My glasses. I can't see without my glasses. Yes, we got a one named Velma. Then we've got Wallace. Xena, spelled Xina. York. And finally, The Legend of Zelda.
Nice.
Now, let me see. One of these things was retired from the 2019.
Helene.
Yeah, Helene. That's right. No,
Helene,
Helene was last year. Oh, we're talking about one from...
Yeah, Helene got retired last year.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
And Mike,
Yeah.
would you like to take care of the small list for Central Pacific?
What's the link? Where is
Bringing
the link?
Trying to bring it. There it is.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, where are we?
Down below, it's the Central North Pacific.
Okay. Which list do I start off with? Or
One.
One? So do I just read one?
Read list one. Yep.
Okay. Coney, Emma, Hone, Iona, Kelly, Lala, uh, Moke, Nolo, Olana, Henna, Ulana, and Wale.
Totally Hawaiian.
So yeah,
Oh shit.
yep. hmm And I'm just gonna say this right now. I have a funny feeling that if we get to Hurricane Karen, we're gonna have some fun. Let's
Yeah.
see what the hold on, predictions 2025. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna look into this so that we can get some information. Oh, freaking sorry. It was a document, so I have to go in and find my documents, which not a big deal. I can find it. Somewhere around this fucking bitch. Oh wait, I think I know this. See, yes, I have multiple hard drives on a laptop because I'm an ass.
All right, I'm gonna let's see. Where the hell am I? There we go. I'm gonna get us out of this thing for now. There. Da, 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 da.
It's all her fault. It's all Shirley's fault. Everything in the world. No.
One thing I gotta do, I need to ask a coworker. He's got this. He's got these things. He got one of these things in his house, but he can like change it. Things like I had not seen. Oh, I just saw something flashing on the radar
Oh,
over up in Montana,
oh,
northeast of Billings. I saw it literally flashing white.
yeah. I think it's yeah. Northeast of Billings, you said?
Uh huh. Yeah.
Yep, I see it. We got two severe thunderstorm warnings going on right now in Montana.
Mhm.
One is in one is in southwestern Garfield County,
Uh huh.
and that one goes until 9:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time.
Uh huh.
And the other one here
I got it.
goes
Northeast. It's northeastern Garfield County, western Roosevelt County, southeastern Valley County, Macomb County, northwestern Dawson County, and northwestern Richland County, all in northeastern Montana.
yep,
That one is
until
until.
9:30.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, I was just seeing things like, oh my gosh, I just saw it flash.
hmm
That's pretty cool.
I love I love how this program works.
Hmm.
My only complaint with the all mat mode is that the background is gray. It's easier for me to see with a black background.
Hmm.
Well, I'll talk to Brian about that. You know what I mean?
Yep, I know exactly what you mean.
So, the 2025 hurricane season looks like it's not quite a 2024, but we're going to have above average U.S. landfall threat. Um, it, it, it looks like we're going to have 19 storms,
Hmm.
9 of which will become hurricanes, and 4 of which will reach Cat 3 or stronger. Mhm. So that's our expectation.
Hmm.
As for last year, we had a fucked year.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, as for our El Nino index right now,
Hmm.
which is called the the El Nino index dashboard,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I'm looking at right now. Right now, we're at a negative 38, negative 0.38,
Mm.
which means that right now we're in a slight La Nina.
Mm. I see that in La
So,
Nina. I'm kidding.
yeah, but this is what we're at right now is negative 0.38.
Mm-hmm.
So La Nina years tend to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as for severe weather nationwide, I personally am going to say last year we had like, I think it was close to 2,000 tornadoes
Tragedy within the Austin Peak.
nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
I think this year we're going to, I think this year we're going to hit maybe 1,800.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess.
Mm. We're gonna be at episode 1800, I think. Not that next. I think it's that. Let me think. 1794, 96. In June, we're gonna hit the 1800th episode of this show in June.
Yep. Which is crazy to think about.
Yep. Yep. Took us over 11 years to get this far.
Facts. Actually, I think our first episode was in February of 2004, I think.
You mean
So we're,
2014?
yeah, 2014. Yeah, you know what I
Because we were 2004. We would have to figure out how the heck we met. 8 years before we did.
Yeah, for real. Um, but I do want to mention one small political thing, nothing major, nothing Trump related.
Okay.
It's actually Iowa related.
Okay.
Iowa State Auditor Rob Sand, the lone state elected Democrat, has officially launched his 2026 gubernatorial campaign for Iowa governor.
Ooh.
So yeah. Sounds fun already, doesn't it?
Yeah. Changing subjects. In case you've been living under a rock, you probably know by now. We've got someone in the Vatican, the Pope.
Yep. The Chicago Pope.
Yep. And Lala just joined the chat. Hello, Lala.
Lala.
What was it also? Fuck. There was something else. Oh, this one will probably hit both Sajo and not Mike, but Sajo and Lala a little hard.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little bit of sad wrestling news to bring up.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
ECW original Sabu has unfortunately passed away as of Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
He was 60 years old. For those that don't know, he was one of the originals from ECW. And if you don't know what ECW is, let's just say take the most extreme thing you've seen in wrestling, which more than likely you've always seen stuff from WWE, and kick that shit up to 1,000. Imagine people jumping off of 5-story tall table stacks into flaming tables with bunches of barbed wire and thumbtacks underneath, and yeah, you kind of get the gist.
Mm-hmm.
Old school, like old school and ECW was 15 Shades of Holy Shit. And Sabu was one of the biggest purveyors of the holy shit
Hmm.
because he was one of the first people in wrestling to really get good use out of a kendo stick. So yeah, sounds fun, doesn't it?
Nope.
Hey Mike,
Yeah.
how would you like to be in the land of extreme?
No thanks.
Why not?
All right. Okay, well,
Nope.
I got a little bit. Let's see. I got a story I posted in the group. Uh,
Go for it.
all right. Now, this is up in around Huntsville and Limestone County a few days ago. Basically, man charged with murder of Austin P. Yes, I said that right. Peay football player in deadly I-65 wreck. And let me explain what happened. I saw something that said on my local news. It said something about 27 miles of terror. And then I saw this whole thing. Oh, okay. So, here's what happened. A man is charged with the murder of an Austin P football player in a deadly I-65 South wreck that happened last Tuesday night, according to court documents obtained by WAFF. WAF. Limestone County Coroner Mike West said 22-year-old William D. Hardrick of Birmingham, Alabama, has been identified as the sole death. Court documents reveal that John McAdams is charged with Hardrick's murder. He is also charged with leaving the scene of an accident and DUI. Court records show his field sobriety test showed a .009 blood alcohol content, just over the legal limit. Hardrick was an Austin P transfer defensive back and previously played for Mississippi State and Miami of Ohio. Let's see. West says Hardrick's mother said he was driving home from school. William Hardrick was an exceptional young man, and our team is heartbroken by his loss. He made everyone around him better and has made a real impact both on and off the field. We lift up the Hardrick family in prayer as we grieve this tragic loss with them. That's from Austin P State University football coach Jeff Ferris. West told WAFF a vehicle traveling southbound on I-65 left the road, flipping several times, and the car was stopped on Piney Chapel Road. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. The man has now been identified as Hardrick. WAFF learned on Wednesday from the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency that there was a total of 8 separate wrecks on I-65 South last Tuesday night. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency said the southbound lanes on I-65 from mile markers 334 to 361 were closed but have since been reopened, hence the nickname 27 Miles of Terror. But yeah, the guy's driving an 18-wheeler drunk, wrecks 8 cars, and kills a football player.
Yep.
Boy, he's going to regret it.
Yep, he is. Uh-oh. I just saw someone, whoa,
What's he, whoa?
open up a Super Mario Brothers game,
Mm-hmm.
and he found a copy of Odyssey in it.
Oh,
Yeah, but the problem was, Mike,
yeah.
the screws weren't the right screws.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are the right screws to open a Nintendo Entertainment System game?
Is it the one with the triangle?
Nope.
Oh.
Game bit.
Huh?
Game bit.
Okay, now I talked to Frodo about this over the weekend when I saw this story. It looks like we may do part of this tonight and part of this same thing tomorrow. Here's what I'm talking about. NOAA warned staff of a militia group thinks its radars are weather weapons. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm
Go
gonna read.
ahead.
So
Go
what I'm
ahead.
gonna do is I'm gonna read the story as is, and there's no political, there's nobody in political, whatever that word is involved. But this is just a straight up story. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has warned the National Weather Service of possible attacks from an armed conspiracy group targeting Doppler radar stations, according to a report from CNN. The group, Veterans on Patrol, is going after government radars because it believes they're being used as weather weapons. CNN learned of the possible attacks through NOAA emails warning NWS staff that Veterans on Patrol was planning to conduct penetration drills on NextRed sites to identify weaknesses, with the ultimate goal of destroying NextRed. Despite its cooler than average name, the NWS uses NextRad, or Next Generation Weather Radar, for a fairly mundane purpose, detecting precipitation in the atmosphere. NextRad plays a vital role in locating thunderstorms and tornadoes, making it easier to evacuate vulnerable communities before disaster strikes. It's not clear what Veterans on Patrol sees as threatening about radar. The group was previously focused on white nationalism and Pizzagate-style government conspiracies. Concern over the effects of being exposed to radio waves is a common bugbear for conspiracy types. For example, groups set fire to cell towers early in the COVID-19 pandemic because of the belief that 5G somehow spread the virus. Viewing radar as a weapon could originate from some similar misconceptions. NWS staff have been advised to use the buddy system when working at remote radar sites and report anything suspicious to the authorities. Even without the threat of physical violence, though, the NWS and NOAA at large have already been devastated in 2025. Hundreds of weather forecasters were fired because of the cuts made by the Trump administration, just one of the many attempts to dismantle government services. And that's the end of the story.
Okay, give me one moment here. I gotta find something here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna want you to put this up on stream, Shirley.
Okay.
You'll understand once I find what I want.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I want. Shirley?
Yes.
In Zoom chat, there is a link. Third dots, the link that's for everyone.
Okay, got it.
I want you to put that up on the screen because it's time. It's time for another episode of Science Geeking with Frodo.
All right. Okay. Give me just 1 second here. Give me just a second here. What am I trying to do? I want to do this. Okay, excuse that black box. We're going to change that in un momento. Voila!
Yep,
done. There it is.
So, I'm gonna actually post up. I'm gonna put up on my screen so I can see what everyone else is seeing, so I can explain. And I know that there's a 5-second or 10 to 30-second delay. Please, I apologize in advance if I get a little bit behind, but you know. So, let's go into some interesting data. So, this is what's called the electromagnetic spectrum of light. Okay? Everything that we use for like energy is in this spectrum. So you you go from the top of this, which is the lowest energy, widest wavelength things. So the largest radio waves are going to be 1,000 meters long between peak to peak. That's your wavelength. That means it vibrates at 300,000 cycles per second. That's what a hertz is. And it has 1.4 nano electron volts of energy. That doesn't do you any damage to the human body at all whatsoever. You go down a little bit, you get radio waves a meter in wavelength. They get up to 299.79 megahertz or so. And they get up to 1 might 1.24 micro electron volts. This still isn't enough to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get into the microwaves. These are so named because they're smaller than a meter.
Mm-hmm.
And microwaves, like your microwave oven, like your 4G communications, like your 5G communications, all of this does no damage to the human body
Mm-hmm.
in short bursts. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can open up your microwave oven's front grill and you won't get hurt as long as you don't stay there for 5 years. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
These come a little less than 3 gigahertz all the way up to 299.79 gigahertz. And that's 124 micro electron volts of energy or so, give or take. That is where your 5G, where your radar, where your all of that is at. This doesn't do fucking damage to the human body at
Mm-hmm.
microwave levels. Then you get down to into the actual light as we know it,
Mm-hmm.
and you get into infrared, 1 millimeter, all the way down to about 700 nanometers. And that's infrared. That means before red. And what that is, does anyone want to guess what infrared is?
Uh, uh, I don't know. I give.
It's a very simple word. Heat.
Oh.
Heat. That's all infrared is. That's how we measure heat, how hot or how cold something is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then after that infrared section between 700 and 400 nanometers, you're talking about the visible spectrum of light. That's everything you can see. Everything. Okay? All items that you are looking at, your computer screen, your TV, your cat, the reflection of the light off your cat, the reflection of the light off of your bedroom window, everything. Visual spec Visible spectrum of light.
Mm-hmm.
That is what your eyes are able to see. Okay. Now, once we get beyond violet light, which is the 400 nanometer part, you get into ultraviolet. And enough ultraviolet light hits your skin, it'll cause cells to start self-destructing so that they don't become cancerous. Guess what we call that?
What?
A sunburn.
Hmm.
Okay? So that's where your skin gets tanned in the ultraviolet spectrum. Okay?
Okay.
Then from there, we go to about 10 nanometers. So they're really, really tiny. And these are x-rays. That's you going to a doctor and having your bones looked at. And the reason that works is because x-rays are only able to penetrate certain materials at enough freaking strength. Now, I skipped a few of the electron volts, but basically your visible spectrum of light is 2.4 electron volts. That's about the amount of an A cell battery. Okay. Then you
Mm-hmm.
get into this X-ray zone, you're talking about 1.24 kilo electron volts. And yeah, this is when, if you stay with an X-ray for long enough, like if you get bombarded by multiple X-rays at a time, or more than 35 times a year or some shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
it could affect your DNA. Now, once we get below to 0.01 nanometers, we're talking about 124,000 electron volts of energy at uh, a frequency of 29.98 exahertz, which is terahertz is what like trillions of uh trillions of cycles per second. Then you get petahertz. It's exahertz is the next set. So trillion, blah, 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 you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then you get into gamma rays. And let me explain what a gamma ray is going to do to you. If you're around a gamma ray for a few seconds, it's not. If you're around it for a few minutes, and you're getting a little dicey. If you're around it for an hour or more, has anyone manually shredded cheese before?
Mm-mm.
No.
You've never actually taken and shredded cheese on like a shredder or a box grater or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Imagine that cheese is your DNA and that grater is the gamma rays.
Mm-hmm.
It completely devastates your DNA at levels that can't be explained. What we're talking about is a straight high energy gamma ray hitting the right DNA strand in the right chromosome in the right cell, and that cell starts multiplying like crazy. Well, guess what you have there? It's a 6-letter word.
Mm.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're getting the thing that people don't that really pissed me off when 5G was coming out is that everyone that was going with this whole fucking, conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the conspiracy theorists and I was like, y'all fucking crackheads. Y'all fucking crackheads, straight up. Because I look at light and I look at different forms of energy that we use every day, and I see this in my head every time. I see this fucking spectrum, and I know where things are. You can't transmit data or anything like that on an X-ray.
Mm-hmm.
You can't transmit it because we don't know how to. It's technology that we don't have. We only know how to transmit information on radio and TV waves and microwaves.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Okay? So people saying, oh, it's going to hurt. No, it can't hurt.
Hmm.
So at the same time, we're talking about, all this radar shit and it can hurt you. No,
Mm-hmm.
it can't, because it is radar. Weather radar tends to be in the radio TV zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's nowhere near
Uh-oh.
anything else.
Oh, wait, there we go. Sorry, folks. Wrong window.
But yeah, you do your cursor up in the radio TV area so that people can see, and then that way I can
There it
try and
is.
show.
Radio
So,
and TV.
In that radio TV zone where Shirley's cursor is, that's kind of where we send data. Microwaves send concentrated data, but that's where we send data mostly. Now go down to the gamma ray section, Shirley.
Okay. Where is it? There it is, down here.
And
Okay.
then in that gamma rays section is where you get you get dead. Okay? I'm sorry to put it this way, but they're about as polar opposite as you can get. Your body is constantly exposed to radio sources. Constantly. 24/7, 365.
Mm-hmm.
And your radiation levels don't go up at all because of that.
Mm.
Okay? It's when you get beyond the 100 nanometers and below that you start getting into damage.
Mm-hmm. All
Does
right.
that make sense to y'all?
Yep, it does.
This was another episode of Science Time with Frodo.
Yup. Brought to you by something. No, I'm kidding. All
Brought
right.
to you by people with brains.
Yep. All right. So anyway,
I'm sorry.
that's fine.
I had to come up with a joke on that.
That's fine. It's cool. All right. So anyway, this is our plan for the rest of the week. Of course, tomorrow night, Frodo and I do political catch-up. Thursday, I will be doing Color Planet. And Friday, we will do Among Us to make up for not being able to do it since I was out sick. So, but that's our plan. And one thing we're going to start noting. The week of Memorial Day, that starts on Monday the 26th. We're going to take the entire week off.
The reason for that is that Memorial Day we always would take off anyway as part of our process. If there's no mail, there's no show.
Mm-hmm.
And that next day is my wife and I's 8th anniversary. So me and my wife want to be able to celebrate our anniversary as a couple and not have to worry about running the show that day. So,
yeah, and to be honest, it'd be a good opportunity for all of us to rest and recharge,
Exactly. So that's why we're going for the full week.
Yeah. Because
let's face it, we've been going for what? A few months straight without any major breaks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, as always, I'm gonna say, love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody, please take it safe tonight. Behave. Don't cause any trouble that can get you arrested.
Behave?
And
You gotta be kidding, Frodo.
and Shirley,
yes.
Go ahead with the ending.
All right. Let's play the 15-second ending, so bear with us. Growl.
And I'm gonna bounce.
Okay.
All right, take care, Frodo, and stay out of trouble between now and Friday.
Oh, he already took off.
All right. So anyway, Frodo already said it. Love, peace, and chicken grease. So everybody have a great night. Sleep well. Stay safe. Frodo and I will see you tomorrow for political catch-up. I'll see you Thursday for Color Planet. And the rest of us will be here for Among Us on Friday. So, peace.
Bye, everyone.
Take